Well, yesterday during my walk, I was talking about the Ainu, and so here's the Foundation for Ainu Culture website in Japanese. Of course, there's an English page, but I'm just gonna worry about the Japanese page for now. Um, I'm going to be doing like a new series, I guess you could call it, on the Ainu. I've thought about it, and I really want to, even for myself, I want to dig deeper, and I want to learn more about it. Okay, so things I'll talk about when it comes to this series is I'm going to focus mostly on the culture and the musical instruments, the basic stuff. Now, for a um, what is it? For Subscribestar only people who will um, support me there, I will make the effort to try to learn to speak a little bit of the Ainu language. And this Foundation for Ainu Culture actually has a lot of resources for learning the Ainu language, which, I mean, because I've already learned Japanese, picking up another language wouldn't be too hard. But for people who support me on Subscribestar, I will do a special series specifically about the Ainu language, and I will go into how it differs from Japanese, um, because this is, they are the original people of, Japan, that at least in northern part of Japan, they were there first before the people came from mainland Asia and settled the land in the south and moved north. So for my general videos, I will do like the culture and certain things like that, and explain those kinds of things. And for people who want to support me in a monetary fashion, on a monthly basis, I will do I will spend the time to actually try to learn some of the language and teach some of that to you in English. So I'll be going from like the Ainu language to the to Japanese, and then from Japanese to English. So it'll be like a lot of jumping through stuff. But I thought that maybe this would be something different. This is something that like, even if you watch the dumb JTubers on YouTube or whatever, they never talk about the Ainu. And I know of one person in particular who lives up in northern Japan. He does nothing on the Ainu whatsoever, so he can fuck off. Um, and I don't want to be like that. I want to actually teach people about the culture, because I find that culture to be extremely interesting, and I think it aligns more with the way I view nature and the way I view the world. And so I have a very strong respect for the Ainu and the culture. And even the globalist UNESCO is concerned that the Ainu culture and language is going to disappear, and they are trying to prevent that. And as much as they are globalist and pieces of shit and everything like that, at least they're trying to bring some kind of like to get people to somewhat notice. And I'd like to use what platform I have now, and maybe in the future, as more people see my videos and things. I'd like to expand on that, because nobody's going to listen to anything the United Nations says anymore, because they're a bunch of fucking globalists. So I want to do it from the heart, and something that can be a positive influence on people. And so for me, just studying like the basic stuff and getting an idea of the culture and stuff like that, I can do multiple videos on that stuff. But for people who will who want to support me in a monetary fashion, I will do that extra little bit, and I'll go and try to learn the language as best as I can, in the situation that I don't live anywhere near Hokkaidou, so I can't actually go attend any of these like classes. So and they don't do the classes online either. So even though they're free, like if you're in Sapporo or some of the other places in like Asahikawa or some of these other places in Hokkaido, you can freely go to um, uh, Ainu language lessons. You can take language courses on the Ainu language. I don't have that option because I live too far away from Hokkaido to go all the way up there to take free lessons, right? So, I will do my best. I'll use whatever resources I can to try to like learn the language. I won't go like completely fluent or anything, 'cause that'll take forever, and I don't have the ability to go completely fluent with that language. But considering certain situation, right? But I will use that as a way to, kind of, introduce people to how different the language is compared to Japanese, even though there are some similarities. Which I'll talk about like when I get into some of the overall like I like things involved with the language, but I like the actual like learning of the language and speaking it, and doing videos on how the grammar works and stuff like that. That will be specifically for people who support me monetarily. I hope that people would be interested in this, because nobody talks about this outside of Japan, and even Japanese people don't understand this very much. So, I'd like to, do something kind of special and something positive, because, most of my videos of me are usually me ranting about something or talking about how the globalists are doing stupid shit, and or like the virus stuff, and I don't want to limit myself to that. And I thought that the video my outdoor video yesterday, when I was just walking around being Japanese Max Egan, I was talking a lot about the Ainu and the stuff, the very basic stuff I understand about the culture and stuff. And I thought that, I now have a little bit of a platform. Some people are actually paying attention to me. Like, not that many, right? It's only, 50 people, 49, 50 people. But I would like to do something special. That's something that only I can do, because no one else will take the effort to do it. And someone who actually honestly, cares about that, all about that. And the thing is that this is like, because you got all these like stupid content creators who do stuff on Japanese history and the samurai and ninja and all this other garbage, right? But the one thing they never talk about is how important the history of the Ainu are to Japan. And they ignore that. They stick with, let's talk about the bloody fights. Let's talk about all, the three unifiers and, all this other garbage, right? And I want to do something a little bit different, and to raise awareness of the Ainu people. And if people want to donate to the foundation, here's a donation place where you can actually donate money to help them and to support the museums and things up in Hokkaido, if you get really interested in it and you want to look into it more and stuff like that. I really want to put a lot of effort into this. And I'm also going to be doing these videos in Japanese. I'll be doing it twice every time. So in the beginning, I'll probably do the first videos in Japanese first, and then I'll just translate those out of Japanese into English. Or I might do it English first and then Japanese after that, I'm not sure. But I want to spread as much as I can about the Ainu, because I find their way of living and the way they live with nature and how they treat nature with the utmost respect is something we should all learn from. And I think that we should look at these cultures that are starting to die off and try to protect them as best as we can, especially a culture like the Ainu, which they never knew war and they didn't fight with each other. They were always a peaceful people. So they were easily conquered by, the mainland Asians who came over and became the Japanese people, right? So it was easy for them to be conquered by a group of people that was more aggressive than them, because they cared more about working with people and living within nature and just living in their own little world. And they were there's no pure-blood Ainu in existence anymore. The last one died quite a long time ago. So, I really want to do my part to try to spread the the word about this group of people and their culture, and about the Japanese culture that nobody talks about because the researchers want to like um uh they want to hide the fact that the Ainu were here first. That's basically what it is. The Ainu were here first. They try to cover it up, and they shouldn't be covering it up because they're just trying to promote their own worldview that, oh, we were here first, so the land is ours, kind of thing. Like the same way in the United States and other places in the world with all that stuff. But I would like to do something, something that only I can do and nobody else is willing to take the time to. And I would like to show you one thing. I'm going to go to TheyTube really quickly, and I'm going to type in Ainu, which, oops, I made a mistake. So, I want you to look at this. Like, here's some videos about the Ainu. Now, here's, these are just pictures of the Ainu and stuff like this. This only has 100 million views. The Ainu Moshiri is, this is from Hokkaido itself. From Prefecture actually posted this video talking about the Ainu. But you can see, like, a lot of these videos, like, don't have that many views, right? And, I would like to, like, this video is about an Ainu song, like a Ainu story. It's like a, I don't want to say it's a fairy tale, but like one of their legends, that is actually very, very interesting. And this is also coming from the same site, which is the Foundation for Ainu Culture. They posted that, so I find these kinds of things very interesting. I would like to spread this around and teach people about this. So this is what I'm planning on doing, and I know it's not going to be like the big deal that that a lot of people may talk about or something. Like, even this video is 7 years old, right? Like, nobody's talking about him anymore. People have just kind of forgotten about him. I want to show that they don't get enough recognition compared to all the other garbage on this site that gets more attention than they do. So I would like to do something about that, and I'd like to do my part to spread the word about the Ainu and talk about them and go into detail. So I will be posting my Subscribestar link, so if people are interested. I haven't decided on all the tiers yet. I've only gotten 3 tiers so far, like a basic subscriber, and then there's a little bit like a higher level subscriber that you could we can do like a weekly like Jitsi meeting with all the people who at that level or higher. And then I have my $100 range that that's for people who are interested in learning Japanese. You get all the perks below that, but as well, but that's a special limited price tier because I can teach you Japanese if you really want to know. And if you're really interested, then I will teach you Japanese. You'll get 4 lessons a month, 1 hour each lesson, and you have to work on it on your own. You have to use other, like, I'll have my own stuff that I'll provide you to work with that. You can, you'll be able to, like, that's very limited to 20 people. Because I have time, and plus, with the time difference, me being in Japan and people being in other places of the world, it would be a little bit hard. We would be using Jitsi Meet for that, because not Zoom. That, no. Just no. So, I would like to push that a little bit now that I've got the Subscribestar set up. I'll show you my Subscribestar. Here it is. So I don't have Twitter or Discord, and I'm not going to use Discord. I don't like Discord. For people who want to have like a special chat to talk in and stuff, I will be using Element for that, or possibly IRC, because IRC is very lightweight and it's really easy to use. There's no problem. People just don't use it anymore, although they should. And then if you want to like post videos or pictures, you can use special archive links, like let's say, like if you need to do a lot of things, you can use dpaste or transfer.sh for a file. It's very easy. That's another way to get around, all the stuff on the IRC can't do. Now, if there's voice chats or something, if you want to use voice chat, then I'll make a matrix chat for that. So just keep that in mind. I will not use Discord. I refuse to. They spy on you, and I don't want to put people in the situation where they would be spied on by another company. I don't believe in that. I am very much about the open source and all this other stuff. So I will use Jitsi Meet for that kind of stuff. So anyway, I kind of rambled on a little bit, but the overall thing I want to say is that I'm going to be doing a series about the Ainu, and I'll be translating it from Japanese and explaining cultural stuff. And then for the people who wish to support me on Subscribestar, I will do special things with lessons, like with the language. I will try to learn it myself, and I will actually put a lot of effort into that, so I can learn to pronounce it properly, so I can teach it properly to other people. It shouldn't be too hard for me, considering that I've got experience in languages. So that's going to be my next big thing that I want to do, and it's going to take some time, so just keep an eye out for it. And I will also be doing it in Japanese, like at least the basic explanation of cultural stuff. The language stuff, they can look it up themselves, but for people who can't read Japanese, and because when you write Ainu language now, they use katakana to denote a lot of the writing, and they have a special romanized writing ways as well. It's I've looked into it a little bit just now, and it's actually quite an interesting language. It's definitely different. It doesn't sound like Japanese. So anyway, I just wanted to put this out there so people know what I'm going to be working on next, besides the virus stuff and whatever, because I get tired of that kind of. But I want to go into more deeper stuff, so do something positive. So that's what I'm going to do, and I will see you in the next video.